the thing that I've learned is the biggest illusion in business is the word safe. Okay, so I think I've been guilty, and I saw some show of hands in the previous session where Vikas asked how many founders or agency founders are here. And I think I'm as guilty of having hidden behind the comfort of retainers, long-term loyal clients, and long-term employees, perhaps, right? And never before have we been in an age and time where all these three are becoming more and more irrelevant. So the way I look at it is that the agencies that will win in the future are the agencies that are questioning the status quo, are questioning the status quo by design, and are building for a very agile and dynamic business ecosystem. I mean, if you go to think about it, for most part of the agency timeline or the world, you had creative, you had media, and then throw in some production, and that meant growth. Until it wasn't anymore like that, right? Until businesses and brands demanded that we close the loop with what you call as outcome commerce. I think I've been fortunate to, inadvertently so, I would say, to be independent as an agency, and also be able to sort of build around the changing ecosystem, the client, and the value that we could add to clients, and not play safe. What I'm going to share with you today is the mantra or some sort of a framework, if I may, and I can tell you I'm still learning as I'm growing the business, but a framework which has helped us win globally. Okay, so today as I speak, we are operating in 6 countries. We are over 350 people, and when we actually went outside of India, you largely only had IT companies that ventured into foreign markets and established themselves. And I said, why can't an India-born digital marketing or marketing and technology agency do that? And with that question and that challenge that I gave myself, where I challenged the status quo, we were able to expand globally. And then not just that, as I was sort of working through so many markets, different clients, one of the frameworks that I saw, but a significant one at that, which I saw was very relevant to today's time and age, is the following. So what you see on the slide right now. As agencies, I think we've all largely been very people-driven, right? It's been services and people. The shift to what I would call as platform, product, and solution is what is helping businesses scale. Okay, so it's people-powered, but scaled with products, platforms, and solutions. And when I speak about platform, bear with me when I say that as agencies, and as many of you sort of are in the agency ecosystem, we are best placed to figure out what is the ecosystem needing, what are the businesses needing. We have the insights of different businesses. We have enough data and marketing insights of different businesses. So the power of the insights that we have from multiple businesses, if we actually platformize those insights, you grow with what's called the network effect, okay? Because multiple businesses are coming to one single platform where intelligence is shared and everybody is benefiting from it, right? So that's the beauty of platform. That's the beauty of network effect. It grows on its own. As difficult as it might be for us to not bill by the hours and really bill by outcome, right? It's the only way to go. Outcome commerce, as I call it, is the way to go. And I think all of us need to be able to create some sort of frameworks for being able to model our cost structures and our revenue structures in a way that this ecosystem can grow exponentially. And last but not the least is a very significant shift, which is that talent today is more important than titles. I think AI has been the greatest equalizer. I mean, traditionally we've all worked with CDs and national creative directors and AVPs and presidents within organizations. I mean, of what relevance are those titles when seniority and the information that seniority held is now available at a click of a fingertip, right? With AI. So the way I look at it is that AI has become the greatest equalizer, and therefore its talent and ability to use platforms, or what I call as the ability to really learn prompt engineering and working on AI platforms, that is superseding what seniority brought onto the table, right? So talent over titles. So these are the three main shifts that I'm seeing in the agency ecosystem today. And I will share with you my personal journey on what helped us prepare for these shifts well in advance. Because we were obsessed with adding, with client value or adding value to brands and businesses, over the last, I think, 10 odd years, we saw that there were so many ad tech and marketing tech platforms that were coming up. Digital per se was growing at a really fast pace, and we wanted to catch up, and we wanted to catch up real quick. And we saw that we couldn't be at one place, we couldn't be at multiple places at the same time, which actually helped us build a beautiful ecosystem of startups. So we invested and incubated over 18 startups over the last 10 years, which were primarily invested in areas like ad tech, marketing tech, data analytics, spatial technology, so on and so forth, right? But what was the idea of us doing that? The idea was we wanted to connect the startup ecosystem with the 6 markets and with the 200 odd brands and businesses that we were working with. We wanted to add value to the brands, and we wanted to add value to the startup ecosystem, right? And it's a little bit more complex than how I'm making it sound, because even though we sometimes held just single-digit equity in some of these startups, we were very, very invested in these startups. We were very invested in startups, in helping them build their platform, helping them build their products, seeing really what is value add that they can bring into our client and client network. Some startups really worked well, some failed, like I said, like in any other incubator or startup ecosystem. But what that really helped us do is to actually, in spite of the fact that we were growing really, really fast, it helped us maintain our agile startup mindset. Yeah? And because we were able to do that, and we continue to do that, it then helped us create a foundation of not just a services-led, digital-led marketing and technology company, but a platform, a product, and a solution-based company, which laid the foundation for us to scale globally. So today we are an ecosystem of a AI-powered marketing intelligence platform called DViO ONE. We have a solution that helps brands be discovered on LLMs like ChatGPT and Perplexity. And we were able to also push the boundary a little bit more. And we said, if we really mean growth for our clients, why should we restrict ourselves only to growth through marketing? Okay, why can't we actually engage with them and say, how do they employ data, automation, AI to be able to build efficiencies within their business, which then helped us actually start a strategy and implementation practice around AI transformation, which is what you call as Mesh AI. So if you see what we have built from actually starting off as an agency, we've built an enterprise that works with data, enterprise that works with training LLMs for brand discovery, and also a business that's actually invested in digital transformation. And I'm just going to spend maybe a couple of minutes with you to show you the magic of building a platform. Because we actually wanted to solve a real problem and we were at the center of the problem, we built what's called DViO ONE. Now what does DViO ONE do? It brings together all all these platforms in one place. This is a connector. See, one of the biggest challenges as marketers, you'll realize that you're actually spending in a very fragmented ecosystem, right? So you're spending on Google, you're spending on Meta, you're spending on affiliates, you're spending on marketplaces, you're spending on quick commerce. But how does all of that, and clients spend a lot of time building BI tools to build some sort of intelligence that they can get access to. So we said this is the problem that we want to solve in the age of AI, and we brought all of these connectors together, and we actually add 10 connectors every single month, which has CRM, which has media platforms, so on and so forth, and unify all of this data through a simple co-auth and bring all of the data in one place. Okay, and not just we bring it in one place and that helps us visualize this data, but we also have AI insights coming from that data contextually to help you understand what you need to do actionably with respect to all of these spends that you're having, right? So what kind of creative is working? You started your Google spends. What is the impact on your Meta spends? How is your CAC going up or down because of some of these changes that you have made? All of that's coming through AI. Typically, you would need multiple data analysts to be able to see that kind of data, right? And not just that, if you are able to identify your competitors, you're able to actively see the performance of your competitors, and you're able to chat with your own data. You can ask your data, tell me which campaigns performed the best for me and which products performed the best for me last September, right? Or last October, right? So that's the kind of intelligence that you have at the click of a button. So that's the magic of what we brought together with DViO ONE as a platform, and which is what I was sort of speaking to you about on being able to build platforms to be able to scale through network effect. And then we built a solution to be able to help brands move from what you call as SEO to AEO, which is answers engine optimization. So today, as on today, we have trained over 100 brands to be able to, we have trained LLMs to discover over 100 brands in the last 18 months. And then going back to what I mentioned to you about Mesh AI, which is your AI transformation solution that we are building for businesses. And therefore, the lens that we have looked at always is the growth of our clients. So it's from a service vendor to a growth partner, every platform, product and solution built to drive measurable outcomes, and AI helping quantify creative, media and business impact, right? And like I said on the piece when I spoke about talent, AI is the greatest equalizer, talent over titles as on today. And some of the sort of rituals and practices that we follow within an organization to really power the organization with AI and not just really keep it as a buzzword is we build a ritual called as Tomorrowthon, where the entire organization of 300 people actually comes together every day for 1 hour in the morning to discuss AI tools across multiple functions and what is the one that they're adopting for our clients, right? So we've pretty much powered the entire journey of the organization on AI platforms. We're working with almost 60 platforms in multiple markets, which are powered by AI. So today, what we have today is we've, like I said, moved from an agency ecosystem, from an agency to an ecosystem operating in over 6 countries with over 350 people. And I would sort of summarize to say, we build for tomorrow's relevance and not for yesterday's safety. At DViO, when we talk about independent, it's not how we are structured, but it's really how we think. And being independent isn't about being small, but it's about being sovereign in thought, fast in action, and limitless in imagination. Thank you very much.